Hello YouTube, this is Airface6 today, back to you with great figure reviews. Someone I got quite a long time ago and never found the time to review him. The Halo figure is... he's okay. He's leaning on the wall because I could not get his stupid self to stand up. Which I will go into all of his accessories and things. I do not have his box anymore because it's at least over a year maybe since I actually bought this figure. So let's go straight into the review, shall we? This is a Walgreens exclusive. I did not realize that until I bought him and looked him up by his name. I forgot the name, but I just realized it said Walmart exclusive Halo figure, and I said, ooh, there's an exclusive one. Then I looked at the picture, I was like, wait, I just bought... Oh. So yeah, I bought him at Walgreens, realizing later on when I looked him up that it was a Walgreens figure. So thank you, Walgreens, for making an exclusive figure that I could find without even thinking about it. I mean, he didn't even have a label that labeled him Walgreens exclusive. He was just in his packaging like a normal figure. But yeah, so we're gonna go into this guy's accessories first, starting with his weapons and armor. I'm gonna get this guy out of the way. Considering I haven't taken anything off of him in years, he is a little stiff when it comes to gear and stuff. Otherwise, he gets pretty loose, and that's a good thing because this guy needs it. His ankles, I wish never got freaking loose, but what the hell? Yeah, so I'm gonna take off all of his armor, and some things I'm also gonna take off. You're gonna be like, what? Why are you taking off all this stuff? And I'm gonna tell you in a second when I get everything off. Alright, I got everything off, and I'm gonna go into his articulation with everything on, I think. But yeah, so he's got his helmet. He is not an unmaskable figure. There are unmaskable ones, he's not one of them. I took his head off because these Halo figures are mixable. You're allowed to mix up their armors and stuff, so you can take off his head and put on another body if you wanted, just like in the video game. You could like make all kinds of designs. So I'm also going to go into the paint and sculpt of everything. So his head, first of all, camera. His head, first of all, has these red bits around here, 2 dashes on there. It's got 2 dashes and a red bit. It's got a shiny silver for the lens. A black above there. Nice dirty look to the silver. The red stripe comes down on both sides here. Then you can see where his head would go in there. And it is a ball joint, so I will get into articulation. And he's got some pretty nice details. So, basic Spartan head, I believe. I don't really play the game at all. I played ODST and it took me 3 years. Don't ask why. Well, I'll tell you anyways. It confused me until one day I was just like, oh. So I played it 3 times in a row. So yeah, this one has like a symbol right there. It has a black streak, 2 orange streaks, very tiny over there. He has a knife. It is not removable. He has some bits of blue in there, some blue dots on there, and it is a pegged thing. So you can definitely take this off. Because I kind of showed you. Here's his tracker. It's not a gun, it's like a tracker thing. It tracks speed or something. He's supposed to look through it and track with it. He's a tracking guy. But yeah, there's a scope, there's a thing where you would see a screen. It's a nice dirty green and musty gray, and it's got a red trigger on it. It's nice. It has a light silver for the handle. He has this really tiny bluish purplish somewhat shiny grenade. I'm pretty sure this is like an energy bomb or something that just like destroys a lot. But you know, it's really tiny, and I will go into how you put the accessories on. And here's two identical shoulder pads. They both swivel with their peg, and they're just basically white with that silver bit right there. Yeah, that's basically it for those. And now for the sculpt of the whole figure, there are some detailed parts under there, not very many. There's some bits sculpted in there everywhere. His backpack is really nice. I like his backpack. And I will go into how you add all of his accessories in a minute. He has this nice armor everywhere, nice bits everywhere here and there, nice knee pads and stuff. These are not removable pieces, so yeah, you can't exactly dismantle the entire figure unless you want to risk breaking him. Of course, this is my only Halo figure, but yeah, sculpted right there. Not really sculpted belt. He didn't really come with a belt. He didn't. So there's like a peg right there. There's pegs in his arms. Pegs in his legs. In his back for like a jetpack. In his arms again. Yeah. And there's pegs. Literally pegs sticking out there. That's about that. Now his accessories to add them. The pegs will go nice and clean into these holes right here. You'll just press it on there. It won't really make an indication, I don't think. Isn't that going in? Yeah, I don't think this thing makes indication or anything. And I haven't added in a while, so I could end up breaking this during the review. Never mind. So yeah, it fits in there. You just basically put it in the pegs and it will fit nice and tight in there. And then his pad things right here, trying to figure out which is which. Alright, so this one goes into this one. You just press it in there and it'll swivel. And it should make a snap sound. If it doesn't, then you're pretty much lucky. God bless. And they will not go all the way in. They'll only go near the way in. So don't be surprised if it doesn't go all the way in. Yeah, there's his shoulder pads and his chest pads. His grenade, the best way to keep it safe is to putting it on one of the pegs on his back. Those are usually for holding weaponry. This thing doesn't come with a peg. I was gonna say that thing on there was a peg and you can hold it in there. It just looks so weird. This little peg thing sticking out of it. I just found it so funny. I could actually fit in there, and it does fit in his back. It just, oh, it's actually fitting. It will definitely fall out if you hit it, but either way, it can peg. His head is the butthole of the whole thing. Never mind. It fit. Alright, so I'm going to go over his articulation. He has extreme articulation. I wish this were on a Spider-Man figure. I would be so happy. Oh my god. I would be so freaking happy. So, while I angle my camera upward, let's bring it back here. His head moves up that far. It looks down that far. It swills all the way around. And has a great neck joint. Holy crap, that is great. His arms move up about that far if you want to risk breaking your shoulder pads. It goes all the way around. No swivel there. I don't know why. He bends that far at the elbow, rotates at the elbow, rotates on the outer side of the elbow, rotates at the wrist twice. There's like two joints that rotate. He can move his hand like this, or you can rotate the joint and then have it go in and out. You just have to, there it goes. You can definitely rotate the joint. His gloves and everything are nice too. His gauntlets and everything are great. He bends forward that far, bends back that far on the diaphragm joint. Also pivots side to side pretty well and goes all the way around. His legs move up a great length. They also move outward about that far. He can swivel his thigh as well as bring it forward and back. Yeah. He swivels above the knee, bends that far at the knee. He also, his ankles move forward very far. They move backward pretty far. He does have a very, pretty sure you have to rotate this joint. Yeah, you rotate the joint and you can get him into a brilliant ankle pivot. And he has articulation in his toes that move up, and they move down, and they rotate around, and they move side to side. So, yeah. And his ankles do move side to side. So, would I say this is a figure to get? Being my only Halo figure, I had no real issues, except for the fact that his stability depends on a lot of things. If you want him to be a stable figure, you have to be a good poser. If you know what I mean, not that kind of poser. So yeah, that's how he is right there. He's a good figure. And one moment please. And here he is compared to Marvel Legends and video game scale. Assassin's Creed Connor is definitely taller than him. He is a 5-inch scale figure. Here's the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Series 1 Wave 1 Iron Man, which I do have a review of those guys. You can check them out. So yeah, that's that scale. And here he is compared to Marvel Select and Marvel Legends Build-A-Figures. Here is the Marvel Select Iron Man. He's nearly 8 inches tall. He definitely doesn't work in the Marvel Select scale. He doesn't work in Marvel Legends scale. He works in video game scale. And if you do want, you can take the Ironmonger or the Green Goblin and add them as like an extra piece to a custom collection pose if you want this guy. Build-A-Figure guy would be perfect for that, and strangling him, of course. And by the way, I did have the Marvel Select figure, and the Build-A-Figure is coming up soon. Here's Jason Voorhees. That's a perfect scale if you want a exaggerated poster piece to say Jason's bigger than everybody, he's gonna kill everybody. This would work in grayscale if you want exaggeration. But yeah, this guy is definitely short. He's the 8-inch scale figure. So that is all of it. Thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, like if you like, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.